Are you awake back there? Good. Your grip had loosened so much, I thought perhaps you'd fallen asleep. We've nearly arrived, and I thought I should prepare you in case we encounter others of my kind on the way. I have entered the main network of paths that we all take, so the possibility is quite high. Not that you have anything to worry about. Being a fellow hybrid ensures that you will remain untouched. Though there will be friction amongst my fellows over me bringing you into our home. While we may avoid harming others like us, we have never invited them into our community. I'm not quite sure what might happen should the others protest. There is a possibility, however, and you can see why. Look up ahead. That towering wall is only one side of the mighty ziggurat that most would call the ancient lost treasury. As overgrown as it is, the structure is strong and vast. We Naga have taken refuge there for several generations. There are networks of tunnels beneath the entirety of the foundations, while the inside is essentially a massive deserted city. Even with so many of our kind dwelling within, we only occupy 1/4 of the potential living space. We regularly accept new Naga into our midst once trust has been earned, building our community person by person. Some snake hybrids do not even have tails and appear mostly human, but they feel more comfortable amongst us. You may feel the same way, even though you are a deer hybrid and not part snake. Life with full humans has a way of embittering many of us. That is not always the case. There are kind-hearted ones out there, but the majority are, well, you're the one who was enslaved by them. You understand more than I ever could. I was born and raised here with my own people. I'm assuming you did not have such a privilege. Don't want to talk about it? Fair, fair. I would never force you to. But my curiosity is ravenous for answers, so hopefully I can do my best to earn your trust over these coming. Damn. Just my luck. A few of my fellows are up ahead by the entrance I was going to use. Stay calm and don't say a word, do you hear me? It is best if you appear as wounded and harmless as you can. I won't mention how you tried to tear into me with your weapons. Let's hope they don't notice the cut. All right. They've spotted us, just keep quiet. They won't hurt you, I promise.
Rahiid, what have you got there? On your back?
You've brought a hybrid to the treasury?
A deer hybrid at that. Do you see the spots?
Explain yourself.
What madness possessed you to breach our secrecy this way?
I assure you, brothers, I am perfectly sound of mind. I came across this little one while hunting. He escaped a group of thieves seeking our home.
Escaped? Were they not a willing member of their party?
He was being used as protection against us. Some humans must have deduced that Naga will not harm other hybrids.
Smart of the humans, but that's not good. We'll have to rethink our attack strategy if they all begin doing that. But then, what would we do with the hybrids if we off the humans and have hybrids left behind? We'll need to think about that. Absolutely calls for,
Tanari, Let us not be swayed from the issue at hand. This is the first non-snake hybrid to know our location in goodness knows how many decades. It is not a matter to take lightly.
I agree with Moriel. I am not sure this was a wise decision, Rahiid.
Brother Osiah, would you have had me leave this poor little deer to his fate in the woods? The humans injured him, quite seriously too. To leave him behind would have been a death sentence, and I will not have that on my conscience.
That's Ra. So tender-hearted under all that hunting prowess. Aw, the poor little deer is such a dear. I don't know if I could have left him out there in the woods all alone either, had I been the one to come across him. Surely, taking in one single non-snake hybrid wouldn't be too bad, right?
You speak out of youthful ignorance, Tanari.
Just because I'm not in old saggy scales like you doesn't mean I don't have a brain. Hell, I don't even have a tail, and I was welcomed into the treasury. I don't see how a deer hybrid is that much different. Would you have turned me away too, had the decision been up to you?
That is hardly what I implied. And please, respect your elders.
I'll respect my elders when they've earned it, or even give a scrap of it back to me in return.
Hush, both of you. Argue on your own time. We must decide what course of action to take here.
I do not think it is complicated, gentlemen. I wish to take this sweet deer back to my quarters and see to his wounds. I believe a good meal and sleep is in order too. I'll take full responsibility for him, and I will gladly make my case to the council if I must.
You will unquestionably have to make your case. The council will not allow anyone into the treasury without approval.
With all due respect, if the council of massive Naga are spooked by one tiny little deer hybrid, well, that would make their strength laughably shaky, would it not?
Hard to argue with that. They're not cruel enough to throw this poor thing out.
That remains to be seen. Should they find this visitor to be a threat, I would not put it past them.
Come on! Does he look capable of hurting anyone? Let alone a whole city of Naga?
The most innocent of appearances can mask betrayal. Do not be fooled by appearances. Is that a wound on your chest, Rahiid?
Hardly a wound, Moriel. Merely a self-defense scratch.
I'll give you that. But the potential harm is more than physical. Who knows if this young one is employed by the very humans they claim to have escaped?
Moriel, this sweet little deer is a direct victim of human slavery.
That is the easiest tale to spin when looking to infiltrate our society.
Little dear, show them your back, please. Let them see for themselves.
Is that an owner's brand?
Earth and stars bless us.
Perhaps it is false.
You cannot tell me that this little deer purposely branded himself, or cut open his own leg and back just to appear more victimized. No, I believe wholeheartedly that this little one needs to be saved and cared for, not treated with suspicion.
So be it. Take the little deer inside, Rahiid, and care for them.
But, Osiah!
Even my distrust can only go so far when I see that brand, Moriel. Or shall I turn my back to reveal the matching one on my own flesh?
Forgive me, brother.
Forgiveness is not necessary. An ounce of trust is, however. So, Rahiid, please take care of your little dear. None of us will report you to the council until you are ready to bring this matter to them yourself.
Thank you. I knew compassion would outweigh judgment amongst you three.
Ooh, Ra, can I come along and help tend to the little deer? Please?
You're a sweet boy, Tanari, but I believe your interest and excitement may overwhelm my guest. You may visit in the morning if you wish.
All right. I suppose I can stay away that long, but I'll be by to make friends, okay, little dear? I can't wait to hear more about you and where you came from.
Let the fellow hybrid rest, Tanari. Can you not see the weariness in his face?
Oh, right. Sorry, dear.
Actually, Tanari, could you possibly speak to more of the two legs about lending bedding to my guest? I have nothing in my den.
Oh, yeah, I can do that. I'll gather up what I can and bring it to you right away.
A spare change of clothes wouldn't go amiss either if you are able.
Leave it to me.
Excellent. Now, if I'm done being detained, gentlemen, I'll take my leave. As you said, my guest is beyond tired.
Hasten away then. Stars bless your way.
I'm off to find your bedding. See you in a bit.
Well. You held your composure wonderfully. Not many smaller hybrids would be so stoic when faced with two more giant Naga and one giant half-human. Tanari may have human legs rather than a tail, but he's quite intimidating in size. You'll get on with him very well, I think. He's quite a pleasant young man, always wanting the best for everyone. He's always clashing with the elder Naga about tradition and change. It is quite amusing to me, for I see both sides as being right in their own way. Finding the middle ground is the difficulty. Don't mind Moriel. Life has taught him that caution and suspicion is the key to survival, even though he is now part of this safe haven. As for Osiah, I am honored to have him as a mentor, or a second father of sorts. He is a deep well of wisdom and experience. In his youth, he was captured and enslaved by humans, just like you. We are all much smaller and more defenseless at that age, and he was no exception. You would never know to look at him now that any human could ever control him. How do Naga find this place? That is one secret I will not reveal, little dear. Now, I don't owe you any more information than I've already divulged. You'll just have to keep wondering, won't you? A word of advice. If you spend more time with the others, don't ask many questions. Simple ones are fine, but should you venture too deep, your curiosity could appear as recognizance. We are a very closed group here, and we must be to survive. Understand that, and life here will be much easier for you. I wouldn't want anything unfortunate to happen on account of your inquisitiveness. Hold on tight. I'm going to slide down a pretty steep drop here. My quarters are below ground level, and I can skip the stairs and go down to the next floor. You okay back there? Good. We're almost there.